Picture this. I'm standing at the edge of my kitchen, the faint hum of a summer evening slipping through the open window, carrying the scent of freshly cut grass from our suburban yard just outside Chicago. My name's Lauren, 44 years young, and I've spent nearly 2 decades carving out a life with my husband, Mark. 18 years of marriage, to be exact. We collided in our mid-20s at a friend's crowded loft party, all cheap beer and loud music, and somehow, amidst the chaos, we clicked. Mark's 46 now, a steady hand in a world of uncertainty, an accountant who balances numbers as meticulously as he tries to balance our life. He's kind, dependable, the kind of man who's always there with a quiet word of comfort, but the wild spark he had when we met, that untamed energy, has dimmed with time. Then there's Ethan, Mark's best friend since their high school days, 45 and untethered by any commitments. He's the storm to Mark's calm, a whirlwind of charisma and reckless charm who can light up any room he walks into. Ethan's been a fixture in our lives forever, popping in for holiday dinners or weekend barbecues, always with a story that makes us laugh until our sides ache. I can still see us now, the three of us gathered around our dining table just last month, plates of grilled steak and roasted potatoes pushed aside as we poured another round of wine. The conversation drifted, as it often does, to the old days, those electric nights in our 20s when we'd pile into dive bars and dance until the sun crept over the horizon. I remember Mark spinning me on a sticky. It's a quiet Thursday evening, and the soft glow of the TV flickers across the living room as Mark and I sprawl on the couch, our empty dinner plates still on the coffee table. Some forgettable reality show drones on, but neither of us is really watching. I'm half lost in thought, my head resting on Mark's shoulder, when the doorbell cuts through the stillness like a jolt of electricity. I sit up, exchanging a quick glance with Mark, who raises an eyebrow. "Who's that at this hour?" he mutters, but I'm already on my feet, padding toward the door. I swing it open, and there's Ethan, standing on the porch with that signature grin of his, the kind that could charm the paint off a wall. He's decked out in a worn leather jacket, looking like he just stepped out of a memory, and he's holding a bottle of cheap red wine, waving it like a trophy. "Thought I'd crash your boring night," he says with a wink, stepping inside before I can even invite him in. I can't help but laugh as he plops down on the recliner, kicking his boots up like he owns the place. "Brought a little something to spice things up," he adds, handing me the bottle with a mock bow. Mark perks up instantly, a rare spark in his eyes as Ethan's energy floods the room. It's like the air itself crackles with life now, and I feel a flutter of excitement just watching the two of them banter. Ethan wastes no time, diving straight into stories of the old days, his voice animated as he paints vivid pictures of those wild nights at Neon Pulse, that Here I Am, stepping into the chaotic heart of Eclipse, the club Ethan insisted we hit up for a night of nostalgia. The air is thick with the scent of sweat and sweet cocktails, and the pulsing bass of electronic music vibrates through the floor, rattling my bones with every beat. Strobe lights flash in neon blues and purples, slicing through the darkness, illuminating a sea of mostly younger folks dancing like the world could end tomorrow. Their energy is infectious, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm a stranger in this wild, untamed space. The three of us, Mark, Ethan, and I, snag a high-top table near the bar, the sticky surface a testament to countless spilled drinks. We order a round, clinking glasses with forced enthusiasm as we try to blend into the scene. I take a cautious sip of my gin and tonic, the sharp bite grounding me, while Ethan chuckles at how stiff we look. Mark, though, is determined to keep pace with the vibe. He downs his first beer in record time, slamming the empty bottle down with a grin before ordering a second, then a third. Ethan and I exchange a glance, laughing under our breath at how out of place we feel, our voices barely audible over the relentless thump of the music. But Mark's face is already flushed, his words slurring as he tries to shout something about the good old days. Within an hour, he's stumbling, his steps uneven as he waves off my concern. "I'm fine, babe, just having fun," he mumbles, But before I can argue, he collapses near the bar, half sitting, half lying on the sticky floor, completely out cold. My cheeks burn with a mix of embarrassment and worry as I kneel beside him, the crowd barely noticing the scene. Ethan jumps in, helping me drag Mark to a quieter corner under the bar area. We prop him against the wall, his head lolling to the side, oblivious to the chaos around us. I'm catching my breath, wiping sweat from my brow, when Ethan hands me another drink, a vodka soda, cold against my palm. His fingers brush mine, lingering just a moment too long. Here I am, standing in the dim corner of Eclipse, the club's frenetic energy still buzzing around us, though it feels miles away now. My heart's pounding, not just from the effort of dragging Mark to this spot, but from what just unfolded in the shadows of the restroom hallway moments ago. Ethan and I were pretending it didn't happen, plastering on these fake, tight smiles as we hover over Mark, who's still slumped against the wall, out cold. Our eyes meet for a split second, a flash of something unspoken, guilt, maybe, or something darker, and then we look away, focusing on the problem at hand. We've got to get Mark out of here, back home, before anyone notices how much of a mess this night has become. I hook one of Mark's arms over my shoulder, and Ethan takes the other, and together we half carry, half drag him through the throng of dancers and drinkers. His dead weight pulls at my muscles, every step a struggle as his feet scuff the sticky floor. People turn to stare, some snickering, others just gawking like we're some kind of sideshow. My face burns hotter with every laugh I hear, my mind spiraling with shame over not just Mark's state, but the secret I'm carrying now. I can still feel the ghost of Ethan's touch from earlier, a memory that won't leave me alone, and it twists my gut as we push through the crowd toward the exit. Finally, we burst out into the night, the cool Chicago air hitting my skin like a slap, sharp and sobering after the suffocating heat of the club. It's a stark contrast to the fire that's been burning inside me since that moment in the hallway, a heat I can't extinguish no matter how hard I try. Ethan steps to the curb, raising a hand to hail a cab, and I stand there, holding Mark up, my breath visible in the chilly air, trying to steady myself. A yellow taxi pulls up, and we maneuver Mark into the back seat with clumsy effort. I slide in next to him, Ethan on my other side, sandwiching me in the middle. Mark, here I am, creeping down the stairs of my own home in the dead of night, my bare feet icy against the hardwood floor, each step sending a shiver up my spine. My heart's hammering so loud I swear it could wake the whole house, but the silence around me is suffocating. I shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't even be awake after everything that happened at Eclipse, after that stolen moment with Ethan that's been burning a hole through my thoughts. But I can't sleep. Not with Mark passed out upstairs, oblivious to the storm raging inside me. I need to see Ethan, to confront this, to put an end to whatever this is before it spirals further. I reach the bottom of the stairs, and there he is, sitting on the couch in the dim glow of a single lamp, scrolling through his phone like he belongs here at this ungodly hour. Ethan looks up as I approach, his face a mask I can't read, part shadow, part something I'm terrified to name. He pats the spot next to him, a silent invitation, and against every screaming instinct, I sit. I tell myself it's just to talk, to clear the air about what happened at the club, to draw a line in the sand, but the air between us crackles with something unspoken, something dangerous. We keep our voices low, hushed whispers in the stillness of my living room, as if the walls themselves might betray us. I bring up that night, the mistake in the shadows, and he mutters that it shouldn't have happened, that it was a lapse in judgment. But his tone lacks conviction, and his eyes, those damn eyes, say something else entirely. Then his hand finds mine, warm and steady, and I freeze, caught in the pull of a current I can't escape. Before I can pull back, before I can remind myself of Mark sleeping just upstairs, we're closer, too close, and then we're kissing again. It's not tentative like before. It's urgent, desperate, a collision of need and recklessness right here in the heart of my home. The familiar space, the couch where I've watched movies with Mark, the coffee table cluttered with our shared here I am, climbing the stairs of my quiet suburban home, each step feeling heavier than the last, like I'm dragging the weight of the entire night behind me. My legs ache, not just from the hours at Eclipse or the struggle of getting Mark into bed earlier, but from the burden of what I've done. The hallway is dark, the only light a faint sliver sneaking under the bedroom door, and the silence feels like it's pressing down on me, suffocating. I push the door open slowly, careful not to make a sound, and slip into the room. Mark is there, sprawled under the covers, fast asleep, his chest rising and falling with a rhythm so steady it's almost cruel. He's completely unaware of the chaos I've unleashed, the lines I've crossed not once, but twice now, in the shadows of a club and right downstairs on our own couch. I slide into bed beside him, the cool sheets a shock against my skin, and lie there, staring at the ceiling. My eyes won't close, no matter how much I beg them to. My mind is a relentless loop, replaying every moment of this cursed night, the pulsing chaos of the club, the charged tension in that restroom hallway, and the reckless, forbidden collision in our living room just hours ago. Each memory burns, a mix of guilt so sharp it cuts, fear that claws at my chest, and a strange, hollow thrill I can't shake, no matter how much I hate myself for it. It's like I've tapped into something wild, something I thought I'd buried years ago, and now it's awake, gnawing at the edges of who I thought I was. I turn my head to look at Mark, his face peaceful in the dim light, his breathing so even it's almost hypnotic. It's a brutal contrast to the storm raging in my head, the thoughts that won't stop spinning. How am I supposed to face him when he wakes up? How do I look into his eyes over breakfast, pour his coffee, and act like everything's fine when I've shattered something sacred between us? And Ethan, God, what happens the next time he shows up at our door with that, "Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed this story. This will help us create more engaging stories for you."